Hey everybody, this is Dan for GemmyD on Cars. Now I am here back at my home away from home with my new buddies. This is Klick Lewis Chevy Buick in Palmyra, Pennsylvania, and today we're going to take this car for a drive. This is a 2021 Chevy Blazer RS. We have a 3.6 liter V6 engine, 308 horsepower, 270 foot-pounds of torque. The sunlight is like looking beautiful off this silver RS right here. Definitely off this red one too, right there. I love this red color. So in this video we're going to take this car for a drive, so here we go. Now let's start up the RS. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we are in the Blazer RS, and we're going to take this thing for a drive, see what it's like to drive the Blazer. Now, I talked about in the other video about how I think Chevy messed up a little bit calling this car the Blazer. You know, having had the Blazer was an off-road SUV. Chevy, if you're watching, make an off-road capable car that is also called the Blazer to compete with the Bronco and the Jeep Wrangler. But I said before, this is an attractive SUV. I really like the styling of this car, and it feels like it's a lot bigger than it really is. Chevy has so many SUVs. There's the smaller Trailblazer, and then there's the Trax. There's the Equinox, which is similar in style to size to this. Then there's the Traverse, and then there's the Tahoe, which gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And we all know that car companies are coming up with every single size of SUV just to compete with every possible competitor. And I always thought when this car came out, I was like, damn, that's a pretty good looking car, or SUV. And it's like a Camaro SUV. I drove a Camaro ZL1 earlier this year, which was a balls-out, track-focused, you know, supercar beater, and this car just looks like it has that type of speed. It's just an attractive SUV. So we got a 9-speed automatic transmission, over 300 horsepower, all-wheel drive. Now, this definitely has the stats to compete with like a Ford Edge ST, which is about 335 horsepower. But I think this car looks way better than that one. That one just looks like a boring, you know, Ford sort of anonymous SUV. I love the blue color. But I just think this is an attractive car for somebody that doesn't want to get a giant monster SUV like a Traverse, which probably drives, you know, not as nice. But this car definitely has the styling and the chops, you know, with a V6 300 horsepower to compete in the performance section of this segment. So right away, it is very comfortable. We've got a couple different drive modes that we're going to go through, and I'm just going to put it in sport right now. There's all-wheel drive. There's sport. Now right away, as always, the throttle response is a little bit better. If you're in the market for, let's say, a car of this segment, you could look at an Edge ST, a Honda Passport, which looks terrible compared to this car. I guess there's a Hyundai Santa Fe, which I really do think this is the best looking car in the segment. You know, they sort of middle of the road, mid-size. It's not anywhere near a full-size SUV because it doesn't have 3 rows. But yeah, this is a good looking car that has the comfort. I think this is super comfortable. Nice leather seats, heated seats, cool seats, standard Apple CarPlay. So the features are there. I just think, you know, spending $51,000 on a new car like this it's a lot of money. All right, first little stab of the gas in the Blazer RS. Here we go. That's fast. That's quick. You really got to get going up in the rev range to feel anything. I mean, the handling of this car it's not going to be anything special. I mean, it's a big, heavy 4,000-pound SUV, but that power is there. I mean, 308 horsepower, all-wheel drive, not bad. The throttle feels pretty nice. The brakes kind of feel kind of mushy, honestly. Like you really got to step on them to like feel anything. But this definitely has power. Say right here. It sounds pretty good as a V6 too. I mean, I could definitely, I know this is the same motor as the Camaro RS, and it feels like a strong motor. Suspension feels okay. It's not anything special. The sport mode is okay, I guess, for a sport mode. It really only holds onto the gear a little bit. All right, lift off. Yeah, that's definitely quick. The performance is there. The sound is decent. I'm gonna slow down right now. All right, so if you did not see my other video, just to get a little POV action of the Blazer here, but just it has the typical interior like a Camaro, the nice little sort of vents right there. The screen is definitely nice, definitely feels good to the touch, and everything moves around nicely. There's the speedometer in the middle right there. Now, I don't know if I said, but you can go through a couple different things on the main screen there with this button right here. So, let's keep driving. So, this is the Blazer RS. There's definitely other models that have turbo 4-cylinder engines, but this is a naturally aspirated V6, and it definitely shows that, you know, Chevy knows what they're doing as far as engines go. Obviously, you've made the Corvette for a while. So here we go. Yeah, the power's there. I'm gonna keep saying that, but yeah, this is decent. I always say, oh, this is impressive. Oh, this is impressive. But yeah, this is a solid car, and the performance is there. There's some little rubber strips there. I wonder who did that. That was not me. But it feels nice and airy in here, and the visibility is great outward. It's nice to have the big dual pane sunroofs up there. But yeah, this is a this is a competent option, I think, from Chevy. I don't think I've really even driven that many competitors to this car. I've really just dabbled in sort of like the luxury options and a little bit smaller than this car. Like my car, the Audi Q5, is definitely smaller on the inside than this car. This sort of punches above that weight a little bit, and I think an Equinox, which is also offered by Chevy, would definitely be the size competitor, or one size below this, and obviously above it is the Traverse, which I think sells, you know, is Chevy's volume seller for a 3-row SUV. I think I'm gonna go back to the money aspect. This is a lot of money for a car like this. $51,000 is a shitload of money for a car that definitely has the styling and the Blazer name. Maybe that's why the price might be inflated just a little bit. I really hope they come out with like an off-road competitor to the Bronco and the Jeep Wrangler. And you can still call it a Blazer. You can call that a Blazer Sport. And I think Chevy could have a good car on their hands. And I really think the competition would create, you know, something that, you know, could take some sales away from a Jeep Wrangler and the Ford Bronco, which is obviously not out yet, and I'm gonna buy one of those, so I hope it's an amazing car. But all right, so I'm back after my drive with this. This is a 2021 Chevy Blazer RS. Now this car is fun to drive. I mean, it's not gonna handle, you know, like a Porsche Cayman. I think the strong suits of this car are the styling, which I think is the best looking in the class. I'd take it over a Ford Edge ST or a Honda Passport, which don't look nearly as good as this car. The performance is there, over 300 horsepower, all-wheel drive, definitely sounds decent. Now, the only thing that is a little hard to stomach is the price. $51,000 is a lot of money for a car like this, but if you're a diehard Chevy guy and you need a competent, you know, mid-size SUV, and you don't need the third row with the Traverse, I think this could be a good option. Maybe just wait a year and you can get one for like 40 probably. So that's gonna wrap it up. I want to give a big shout out to Klick Lewis Chevy Buick. I met them early this year in 2020. We all know this has been a terrible year with everything that's been going on, but somehow I managed to drive 11 cars here and make some new friends and new relationships. So big shout out to Klick Lewis Chevy Buick. I'll put their website right here. Thank you guys very much. So if this is the type of car that you like, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at GemmyD on Cars, where you can see the cars that I drive before they get posted to YouTube. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.